This dude points out something so on point. Like I've been saying for ages, the Arab nation's hatred of the West is actually justified. You might not like to admit that, but it is. You think it was justified before? Wait till this generation in Iran that's just growing up now that don't really know the atrocities of 2 generations ago. Listen to what this bloke says. Man, it's on point. We need to decouple from America now.
All right, so we have an Iranian professor here by the name of Dr. Fouad Izadi, and Dropside News was able to grab this clip here for us, but he's asked about Trump's stated objective of regime change in Iran, and he says it's both unrealistic and it will fail. And on Al Jazeera, he makes a point that shocks everybody, honestly. This is a shocking and brutally accurate point that he makes about Trump. Listen to this.
Where do you see this going? Is there an off-ramp for Iran?
I think what will happen is that even if the United States is able to kill illegally Iranian leaders, the next generation of Iranians, the Iranians that did not see American atrocities in Iran before 1979, some Iranians that did not understand why their parents and grandparents were anti-American, those Iranians will take over. Now they understand why American government is an imperialist, vicious government.
This isn't even the point I'm talking about, but that's a devastating point. Oh my God. He's saying, like, all the young Iranians, they didn't understand why their parents hated America. They didn't understand, like, hey, what? It seems weird. Like, you know, we've seen them on TV. We know about their popular culture. Like, they seem fine. Now they realize, oh, shit, the great Satan. You're right. They're definitely acting like fucking Satan right now. They're definitely doing that. Carpet bombing, terror. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So all these young people, these young secular people in Iran that want like a secular democratic country, now they understand their parents and their hatred, their burning, passionate hate.
Think about it. Everyone hops up and down about sleeper cells here, sleeper cells there. Well, if we didn't have them before, with what's going on over there now, average Muhammad and Akmal and their family of 2.3 kids. Imagine how they're feeling right now in our country. No wonder certain people want them all deported. No wonder all this deportation's been going on. Because they're on board with it and they knew it was going to happen before it started. They knew that we was going to go over there and commit murder. Is there any Australians over there, by the way? See, they don't look at us as Australia, Europe, America. We're just the West. Just like we generalise and call them the Middle East. Oh, they're all radical Muslims. No, they're militias trained up by the West. I've got a video uploaded now. It should be nearly done. It shows a bit about Shahid Balsan and shows he talks about what real Muslim in Islam is by his experiences, by his time in an Egyptian prison for manslaughter that he says he was absolutely guilty of. Fighting against ISIS. Fighting against ISIS. This is a Muslim, Islam, who does not recognise himself as one of the Muslim Brotherhood. They do not recognise the Muslim Brotherhood as Muslim. You see, we must be very careful on how we categorise people, judging all Muslims based on the radical militias that we trained up, that we created, ISIL, ISIS, the Houthis, right? Taliban, all of those, Al-Qaeda. Osama bin Laden was CIA. He was literally CIA from the United Arab Emirates. from the Bin Laden family. The conspiracy to commit genocide.
Hatred for the U.S., but he hasn't gotten to the truth bomb yet. Wait for it.
And a government that attacks other countries and kills little children, then they're fighting the Epstein class that either rape little girls or bomb little girls.
Bro, he said Iran is fighting the Epstein class that either grapes little girls or bombs little girls. That's what they do. They either grape them or bomb them. Or in the case of Trump, both. Bro. He just one-shotted the entire U.S. government. He just one-shotted the entire top 1%, bro. Holy shit.
They're fighting the Epstein class that either rape little girls or bomb little girls. This is the government that we are witnessing. They're going to fight back against that government, and they're going to ensure that the Islam...
Now, because of blanket generalisation of demographics and ethnicities that we do, how can we assume that they would think otherwise of any of us? He says he just one-shotted the entire US government. Yeah. But the radicalised militia groups all over the world are going to blanket one-shot the entire West. So we're all at risk because of fucking idiot politicians.
Islamic Republic of Iran will live many years after America destroyed itself.
Oh my god, bro. And by the way, the reports that are out there right now are that it's very likely a hardliner will take over. So the Grand Ayatollah, who they call, the worst terrorist ever, he literally started 0 wars, by the way. But he's going to be replaced by somebody who's more of a hawk and more anti-American and anti-Western and more of a warmonger. And, I mean, how could it be anything else when we have shown to the world, Israel and the U.S. has proven to the world, you literally cannot work with us with anything. We will stab you in the back. We don't mean a goddamn word. You can make a deal with us the next day. It's null and void, bitch. It doesn't count. Why? Because I say it doesn't count. Look at Trump. He negotiates a trade deal with Canada. Then he gets back in office and goes, I'm going to rip up the trade deal I fucking negotiated with Canada. What is that? Paris Climate Agreement, he rips that shit up. Iran Nuclear Agreement, he rips that shit up. He'll make a trade deal one day and then change it the next day. He'll say your tariff is this percentage, then it goes up 10% the next day. It fucking just totally haphazard psychopaths not realizing now nobody would ever trust us ever again about anything. We're no longer the world leader. We're like an embarrassment on the world stage. Everybody's running into the loving arms of China. Okay? And so congratulations. What they said they wanted to do in Iran, they're going to fail miserably. The goal ultimately from Netanyahu, though, is make it a failed state. That's the goal. They want to make it a failed state. They want it to be balkanized. They want it so that they could bomb Iran whenever they want, and they want to create a greater Israel and steal more and more territory in the Middle East. That's what they're trying to do. And they got Trump to do their dirty work for them. Okay? That's what they did. But this guy fucking one-shotted them by pointing out, it's the Epstein class. They're either, raping little girls or killing little girls. And now everybody's seen it in Iran. Now everybody understands it. Okay?
Pauline Hanson. Sorry about this, Lee, but your mum is a fucking goose. Do you realise the fucking target you painted on every back of every Australian while going over to fucking Mar-a-Lago and then coming back with that rhetoric about Muslims? Don't get DoorDash and Ari, people. Or an Uber. Although most of those people are Hindu. And they're not bad people either. Oh, they're superior. They think they're superior. No, they act superior because they fucking are. They hold themselves to a higher standard than us, that's all. When you get to know them, they hold themselves to a higher standard than us. That is all. I know I don't reach many people. I don't need to reach the world. But by jeez, I tell ya, you go back through my videos and you watch my journey from my myself, lifting my own standards. This is my third YouTube channel. I've had them before and deleted them. Why? Trying to get away from the noise, but I can't do it. Why? I've got children. I don't have a voice. Nobody has an actual voice. You don't have a voice with a pencil. What you have is an eraser. See, I don't do national patriotism. I don't. I'm not, why? Why should I be patriotic to a non-culture? We don't even have a fucking culture. Why should I be patriotic to a foreign territory masquerading as a government in a nation of states? I'm loyal to my people, which is any Australian, anyone who is good to me, loyal to me, to us. People who sell drugs to kids, no, you're scum. People who harm women, no, you're scum. And yet here I am, firearms licence suspended for the third time, family violence order against me, and I've never committed any violence to my family ever. The kids live with me for a reason. See how this whole system's fucking backwards and inside out? Seriously. It's like being surrounded by an insane asylum. And everyone else thinks I'm the baddie one because I can see the insanity and everything. All it is recognising, because I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, a hell of a lot. And I recognise that cause and effect, every fuck up has a fuck up to come with it. Fuck around, find out. Excuse all the F's, but fuck. Now, give it a month or two. A couple of things are going to happen here in Australia. They'll probably be fucking false flag things, but it's going to create an environment where shit's going to pop off, and all Australians are going to be walking around with their heads on the swivel, worried about what's going to happen to them in the fucking shopping centre. And you politicians did this.
Pro-Western youth, not so fucking much anymore. Who can be pro-Western after seeing now? They're carpet bombing Tehran right now as we speak. They've already bombed multiple hospitals. It's been 2 fucking days. They bombed multiple hospitals already. They're doing to Iran what they did to Gaza. The world let them get away with it, and that was it.
Oh, and isn't it funny how our cognitive dissonance and our arrogance and ignorance, oh yeah, but what's in the hospital? What's under the hospital? According to whose intel? A bunch of pedophiles' intel. You can't confirm or deny there's anything there, you just believe in a bunch of bullshit. You believe in the words of people that you call a liar. Do you realise the fucking mental gymnastics that you have to put yourself through to believe somebody that you know to be a liar just because that thing it eases your conscience a bit? Oh, it's okay to bomb hospitals because apparently they were making plastic explosives under there or something. They were making weapons of mass destruction, or they were raping kids. Right, so let's blow up a whole bunch of innocent people while we're at it. Let's blow up the kids that are being raped. Hello, fuckhead. Fucking oath. This is why I get fucking wild with it. Is there anyone under there or not? Who knows? Haven't we got all the crack team door kickers? I know one, Peter Roberts. Craziest motherfucker I've ever met. He ended up being a military door kicker. Boof! Clear! One of them people. Emptying out the jihadi houses. Actually up against ISIS. and Taliban and Al Qaeda and all them people. I grew up with him. One mean motherfucker. We didn't know what we was going to do with Pete until he found his calling. To be honest, what's going to come of Pete? Don't know. Is he going to be the next chopper? The bets were on. You going to be the next chopper or the next Bubby Jeffries? Bashed up the gorilla, that guy. It's like you want conflict on our soil. It's like you want it. Surely you can't be this fucking dumb.
I told you. Once that door's open, it's might makes right, law of the jungle, anywhere and everywhere. Okay? No international law anymore. No order anymore. Total fucking chaos. I don't want to live in that world. Nobody should want to live in that world. And now people's eyes are being opened to that fact. That we're dealing with total dead-eyed psychopaths. That's what Netanyahu is. That's what Trump is. That's what MAGA is. That's what right-wing politics is. We need to...
That's what Rick Bosi is. That's what Scott Challen is. Unbelievable. Unfucking real. That's what... Stephen Yaxley Lennon is. That's what Farage is. They're fucking Satanists. They're Nazis.
Wake up to the fact that it is the Epstein class that's ruining everything. It's the Epstein class that's getting tax cuts and getting subsidies and rigging the laws against you and in favor of them and starting fucking wars and stealing natural resources. And they're greedy fucking capitalists. They're the problem. They're the problem. Stop blaming other minorities. Start blaming the Epstein class. But we gotta go after these guys, man. Gotta go after the warmongers. Gotta go after the fascists. Gotta go after the billionaires. But this is... What a video. Holy shit. This professor... This is... guys, this should be the shit that should be talked about in U.S. media. Isn't it? Like, shouldn't this shit be in U.S. media? It's just embarrassing that you have to hear... Like, they've now said Epstein class, the term Epstein class, probably more on Al Jazeera than in U.S. media. And by the way, shout out to Rokani. He's the one who created that phrase. But still, holy shit, man. Crazy, crazy video. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time.
It's like this. We're going to have to fix our own country. The government's not going to do it. They've clearly shown their hand. They've clearly showed their agenda. We need to defund the government. Literally, defund the government and start funding ourselves. Start fixing our own problems. Because they're just creating more and more every day. I'm not even joking. We just fucking strike. Governor General, pull the 1900 Constitution out and do your fucking job.